Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name's Jonathan. I make luxury videos, unboxings, and reviews. And today's video is going to be all about my luxury coffee table books. So let's get into it. Before I get started with today's video, you guys know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help my channel grow. I make videos every Friday on luxury content, men's style, luxury unboxings, you name it, it's here on this channel. So if you like that kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see my luxury coffee table books, then keep on watching. So I was actually requested to do this video by a fellow viewer and subscriber. They asked me to show them what my coffee table books were. And I am a huge advocate for these coffee table books just because they're very affordable and you get the luxury experience with them. And I use them a lot for decor. So I have them scattered all over my new place and I just love how they look. So I'm going to be sharing with you all of the ones that I do have. Majority of them, I'm not going to lie, are from Louis Vuitton. I only have one of them and that is from Hermes. And if you're not new to my channel, you're probably going to be able to figure out which one that is. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So these books actually range from about 35 Canadian dollars to as much as 150 Canadian dollars, at least the ones that I'm going to share with you today. Some of them you actually can purchase at the boutiques and others you're able to get at like Indigo, Chapters, Pottery Barn, wherever you can find decor pieces, you're able to get these books there too. So the first book that I'm going to share with you is actually free, and I have the number 12 book sitting on my coffee table. So I just have this book scattered on my table, so that way when anybody comes over and they want to have a quick glance of what Louis Vuitton is, they can just flip through this book. This one is just majority is just pictures of different collections and what they put out in the year, but for free I would take this any day. I actually do have two of them. My sales associate actually gave me one when I was shopping in store, and then when I ordered something over the phone from her, she actually sent me another one. So I do have two of them just sitting there. And then the next books that I do have are probably more popular in my opinion. I do talk about them a little bit more often than the other ones just because when it comes to Christmas time, these books I think are perfect for that luxury lover in your life without breaking the bank. And those are the Louis Vuitton City Guide. And so I do have a lot of them in my collection. So I do collect these personally. I'm just gonna put them down and show you. So I do have one from Sydney. I do have another one from Miami, London, Singapore, Lisbon, which is where my mom is from, New York, Prague, Rome, Shanghai, Paris, which is where I visited a couple years ago, so I had to pick up one of these, and last but not least, San Francisco. So you're gonna notice some of them are actually in their plastics, so they're not opened, and then others are opened. So it's a hit and miss sometimes when you go into the boutique, whether or not they do have them, to be honest. Some of them are shrink wrapped and they do have it brand new, whereas others are displayed like this one where it's already opened. So I didn't really mind, I just had to go and get it just because it's Paris and I have to have the quintessential book of Louis Vuitton, right? In these guides, I typically bought them when I went to places that I traveled. However, the pandemic hit and I wasn't able to cross off all these cities on my bucket list, so I decided to just go ahead and purchase them occasionally whenever I saw them in store. So they're pretty much just really good guides for like what is within the city. So it's gonna be hard to share with you, but like they do have a bunch of photos in here, and then inside there is a lot of different options that you can go through. So it's just like the essentials to visit, hotels, restaurants, good things to go to, bars, coffee places, you name it. They show you everything. And then they do come with some stickers. So that way you're able to mark off different areas that you have been to. And so unfortunately, they're actually phasing out these books. So I hope to collect majority of them, but you're able to download them on the app. I personally like to have these just because I'm a person that likes tangible items, and they're just great for decor purposes, as I do have them. I do display them on my TV shelf. So that way when anybody comes in, they see the beautiful, colorful books and they're able to pick one up and discover what each place is like. So absolutely love these books. These books are about 36 Canadian dollars, so they're under the $50 price point when it comes to after taxes, which I think is pretty great because you get the luxury experience and then you get a nice coffee table book for decor purposes. So highly recommend checking out the city guides. You won't regret it. So the next book that I'm going to share with you is going to be from Hermes, and it is my pop-up book. Absolutely love this book, and this is about 50 Canadian dollars. So again, around that $50 price point, which I think is great for Hermes. The only con that I do have, and it's not really a con, I'm just a sucker for packaging, but unfortunately when you buy the Hermes book, you actually don't get any of the packaging. It just comes in a generic box, which I found out later. So if you're a sucker for packaging like me and you like to have the whole experience, this probably might not be the best option unless you go and find a box elsewhere, which is completely doable. But I just wanted, as my first Hermes piece, to have that experience. Totally fine. The book is obviously what we're here for. So this book is just really great. I've done a detailed video about showing each of the pages, but essentially it's just a pop-up of all of the different kind of scarves that Hermes makes. And I think it's really, really cute and really unique. I have it again sitting on my TV stand because I just think coffee table books are really great to entertain your guests whenever they come over. They have a coffee table book, and especially for me, everybody who knows me knows that I love designer items. So they're able to pick up these books and see what sparks my love and interest for these brands. So again, the Hermes pop-up book is a great option. It's about 50 Canadian dollars. You won't regret it. Next two books that I want to share with you are from Louis Vuitton, and the remaining books that I'm going to share with you are from Louis Vuitton as well. And that is going to be the Spirits of Travel book as well as the Memoir book. So let's start with the Spirits of Travel. Again, this book is about 45 Canadian dollars. It's a little bit more expensive than the travel guide, just for the simple fact is this actually goes through the in-depth history of Louis Vuitton. So it goes through how Louis Vuitton started, what sparked the brand, how it progressed over the years, and so on. And it's in really great detail. You see a lot of images within this book. And so I decided to pick this up just because I'm a huge sucker for the history of Louis Vuitton. I absolutely love the heritage and the upbringing of the whole brand itself. So that's why I decided to pick this up, which goes hand in hand with this one. I actually have not opened this book, and I am kind of not going to ever open this book. I find this as a collector's piece. I had to get this book, whatever it took, just because this book is about Mr. Vuitton himself. So it goes through the whole history. It goes through his entire upbringings of how he ended up being the man that he was. And so this book was something that I just needed to get. I believe it retailed for about 80 Canadian dollars plus tax. And I just absolutely love this book. It is in the shrink wrapping. As I mentioned, I will not be opening this book. I want to keep it in as pristine condition as possible. And it is just for display purposes. Again, as I mentioned several times on my channel before, that's not something that you should be doing, but to each their own. For this particular item, I do not want to ever use it. I just love the history, and I feel as though this is going to be a great and really sought after collector piece down the line. Obviously, I don't plan on selling it, but I just want to be able to pass this down to future generations who will eventually want to read this book and see what my interest was within this brand. So these are going to be the two kind of history books that I do have from Louis Vuitton. And then the next book is going to be like probably my most heaviest book, and that is going to be the Louis Vuitton Catwalk. So a little bit of a story behind this guy is in Toronto, we had this time capsule that popped up at our Union Station. And it had all of the different historical pieces from Louis Vuitton. And there was actually an interactive part where you can actually go ahead and make your own postcard, which I did make 2 of them, and I have them displayed at my parents' house, which I plan on bringing it over here soon because obviously I need that here with me. But this is the catwalk from Louis Vuitton. So essentially it just shows you images of all of their different runway looks. I believe it is up until 1998, and this book was about 100 Canadian dollars. So at the time capsule, they did have an actual smaller boutique. It wasn't actually a Louis Vuitton boutique. It was still sold by Louis Vuitton. However, they just had different little knickknacks. So it had like coffee table books, it had little stationery things that you can purchase. It had a different variety of things. There wasn't actually no like handbags or SLGs that you could purchase. It was just smaller. It was just more of like the housewares or like the coffee table books that you could go ahead and purchase. So I picked this guy up. I believe it was about 100 Canadian dollars, if I'm not mistaken. And this book is actually available also at Indigos and Chapters if you decide to purchase it there, as well as I believe you can actually purchase it on Amazon. So I know a lot of designers, I know Dior has one and Chanel has one that offers this kind of same book. So if you don't want necessarily Louis Vuitton, definitely can get one of those ones. And the last book is probably going to be my favorite book out of all of them in my collection. And that is going to be my Louis Vuitton Marc Jacobs book. So this book was purchased for me by my two cousins, Quinn and Lexi. If you're watching this, thank you so much. I absolutely love this book. This is actually a collab with Marc Jacobs. So it shows all of the designs that he had done as creative director for Louis Vuitton. So I absolutely love this book. It has so many different things, and it actually does have text as well. But one thing that I found really interesting about this book, and I'll do a close-up for you guys to see, is there was an actual, let me see if I can find it now. So the one thing that I absolutely love about this book is it has a little brochure here. So this is from 1854, and it shows you like what Louis Vuitton sold and their price points at that time period. And I just thought that was absolutely amazing for them to include something like that. Obviously, it's not a 100% authentic book. It is obviously a replica of the original when they had it at that time frame. But I just thought it was a great piece of history to have in this book. So I display this predominantly front and center on my TV stand. It just makes my TV stand that much more bougier, I guess. But I absolutely love this book, and thank you, Quinn and Lexi, for purchasing this for me. I actually found it on the Pottery Barn website, and they do have another book there that I plan on purchasing as well. This one was $130, I want to say. So this is actually the most expensive one that I have right now, but honestly, it's just so beautiful to look at, and I just think all of these coffee table books are really great to add to your collection if you're that kind of collector. So that was my quick video of all of the coffee table books that I do have for the luxury designers, majority Louis Vuitton with one Hermes. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video, and I hope you found this video quite interesting, because I know not a lot of people kind of show this kind of content or this kind of collection, just because not many people are interested. But I definitely do think that this is something really great to have in your collection, just because it's not something that everybody collects. So again, if you like this kind of video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.